Philippine Environmental Education Action Plan 2018 to 2040. Wilfredo Gandeza, EDTS 320, Reporter. The action plan aims to educate the young to play their role as responsible citizens in achieving the SDGs grounded in national needs, culture, and context, and to enhance sustainable practices as a common culture among Filipinos. The objective is to support the achievement of SDGs in the Philippines through environmental education by capitalizing on local values and culture as a viable approach to achieve sustainable development. The scope of the action plan is based on the NEU model of environmental education in the Philippines. Its foundation is based on the three pillars of sustainable development: environmental, social, and economic. Integration of the SDGs in the action plan addresses environmental, social, and economic issues and concerns that are interconnected and equally important in any effort towards sustainable development. The Philippine Environmental Education Action Plan 2018 to 2040 is divided into three main implementation periods. First, medium term from 2018 to 2022. Second, long term from 2023 to 2030. And the third, foresight from 2030 to 2040. Few results have been described for its implementation period, and 7 key strategies have been identified to achieve the key results over the duration of the action plan. The 7 key strategies. Number 1. Institutional arrangement. Under medium term 2018 to 2022. Number 1. Strengthen the Interagency Committee. Currently, the Interagency Committee on Environmental Education is chaired by the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, or DENR. As formal institutionalized education is not directly under the purview of this department, the execution of certain initiatives becomes challenging. In addition to that, the current structure adds more layers to the existing procedures. Strategy: Interagency Committee to be chaired by the DENR and co-chaired by DepEd and CHED to better coordinate efforts on environmental education for sustainable development. Number 2. Engage peripheral communities. Currently, there are schools from certain peripheral communities that are not engaged in environmental education activities due to political or geographical constraints. It is necessary to engage schools from all communities and eventually all schools to ensure equity and quality in education in line with SDG 4. No community should be left behind due to such reasons. Strategy: Mechanism to engage peripheral communities in environmental education identified. Number 3. Establish national subcommittees for every SDG and cross-cutting themes. Unlike common school subjects like math and language, every SDG is based on a growing and evolving technical body of knowledge. Therefore, it is important to keep abreast with the development and evolution taking place in these different bodies of knowledge. Strategy: Due to the technicality of every SDG, it is important to establish a national subcommittee for every SDG to convene and develop the necessary syllabus, programs, activities, and networks to facilitate environmental education for sustainable development in schools. This is shared responsibility that should be shouldered by civil society, especially professional and technical bodies. These committees should convene annually to check on the relevance of the current syllabus and activities and to update on new innovations, findings, and issues of every subject matter. A committee for cross-cutting themes such as socio-cultural, communications or outreach, and monitoring is also necessary. Representatives from every committee should also convene annually to discuss and incorporate their inputs into a master plan chaired by the Interagency Committee on Environmental Education. Number 4. Annual budget allocated for extension of environmental education and awareness. To enable the planned activities to be carried out effectively, it is necessary to allocate a specific budget for the purpose of implementation of planned activities. Most agencies find the lack of budget a main hurdle in carrying out planned activities. Therefore, it is necessary for every agency to include a budget for the planned environmental education and awareness activities. Let's proceed to the long-term implementation under institutional arrangements. Number 1. Establish regional subcommittees for every SDG theme and cross-cutting themes. Education systems often operate on a one-size-fits-all model. In reality, due to the vast geographical, political, economic, and cultural backgrounds, the needs and issues of every community vary from one another. Strategy to cascade information to the regions and to gain insights into regional issues and initiatives. It is important to establish a second tier of the committee at the regional level. This regional level subcommittee will consist of experts and experienced people in relation to every SDG and cross-cutting theme. Representatives from the regional subcommittee will convene on a biannual basis and will join the National SDG Subcommittee annually to discuss monitoring and evaluation, progress, needs, and intervention strategies. Let's proceed to the Foresight implementation 2031 to 2040 under institutional arrangements. Number 1. Schedule nationwide training workshops for teachers and students by SDG subcommittees. Common institutionalized teacher training methods might not be able to keep abreast with the need to provide and update information, causing existing knowledge and content to be obsolete. Strategy. The SDG subcommittee should aim to disseminate new expertise and technical knowledge to teachers and students on a first-hand basis instead of the common training of trainers method, which consumes too much time and at times dilutes the content and message. This should be done based on a scheduled nationwide training session. The training sessions could be organized as part of a corporate service responsibility initiative. The 17 subcommittees of the SDGs could work on a shared schedule of workshop session, or it could be done on a simultaneous rotation basis.